Hiya, friends. It's Pastor Dave, and I'm here on Wednesday to tell you a new story. I'm happy that you're here today. Thanks for coming to see me. I wonder, do you like it when somebody knocks on your door? Do you wonder who's there, who's coming to see you? Today's story is about someone who knocked on someone else's door. The story is called Just a Minute. And it's the story of a grandma who went to the door and found a skeleton knocking on her door. Just a Minute is written by Yuyi Morales, and it has some parts of Mexican culture in it, and some counting, and some great pictures. Let's listen to Just a Minute by Yuyi Morales. When Grandma Beetle woke at dawn, she heard a knock at the door, and oh my, waiting outside, she found Senor Calavera. Senor Calavera tipped his hat. What a skinny gentleman. With a pass of his hand, he signaled to Grandma Beetle. It was time for her to come along with him. Would you want to go along with a skeleton? Well, I don't know. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I have just one house to sweep. Senor Calavera remembered that he had extra time today, so he decided to wait. Uno, one swept house, counted Senor Calavera, and he rose from his seat. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 2 pots of tea to boil. Senor Calavera sighed. Waiting a little longer wouldn't hurt anybody, after all. Dos. Uno, dos. 1, 2. Steaming pots of tea, counted Senor Calavera, and he headed for the door. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 3 pounds of corn to make into tortillas. Senor Calavera rolled his eyes. He had to be very patient sometimes. Tres. Uno, dos, tres. 3 stacks of tortillas, counted Senor Calavera, and he put on his hat. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 4 fruits to slice. Senor Calavera frowned. This was taking more time than he had expected. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. 4 fruits made into salad, counted Senor Calavera, and he mentioned that they should go. Yes, just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 5 cheeses to melt. Senor Calavera tapped his fingers. This was getting out of hand. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. 5 melted cheeses, counted Senor Calavera, and he hurried to help Grandma Beetle with her sweater. Just a minute, Senor Calavera, Grandma Beetle said. I will go with you right away. I just have 6 pots of food to cook. Senor Calavera threw up his hands. What else could he do? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. 6 pots of delicious food, counted Senor Calavera, and he offered Grandma Beetle his arm. "Just a minute, Senor Calavera," Grandma Beetle said. "I will go with you right away. I just have 7 piñatas to fill with candy." Senor Cavalera shook his head in disbelief. It was getting late. "Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete." 7 piñatas full of candy, counted Senor Cavalera, as he held open the door for Grandma Beetle. "Just a minute, Senor Cavalera," Grandma Beetle said. "I will go with you right away. I just have 8 platters of food to arrange upon the table." Enough. Senor Cavalera could take no more. "Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho." 8 platters of food on the table. But Senor Cavalera had lost count. He was too busy stomping on the floor. "Oh, look, Senor Cavalera," Grandma Beetle exclaimed. "Here come my grandchildren." Senor Cavalera took a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve. 9 beautiful grandchildren came through the door. The children sat at the table, everyone at his place. "Now," Grandma Beetle said, "all of my guests are here, and together they make 10. But the guests sitting at the table counted only 9. "Grandma," the children protested, "who's guest number 10? "Here he is," she answered. "Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Here he is. Number 10, of course, is Senor Cavalera." It was time to celebrate Grandma Beetle's birthday. When the birthday cake was all aflame, Grandma Beetle blew out the candles with a gust like a hurricane. When the party was over, Grandma Beetle kissed her grandchildren one by one. Then she announced, "I'm ready, Senor Cavalera." But, oh my, where was Senor Cavalera? Grandma Beetle found only a note. "Dear Grandma Beetle, your birthday party was a scream. I had fun like never before. I wouldn't miss your next birthday party for anything in the world. You can count on that. Sincerely yours, Senor Cavalera." And that's the story of how Grandma Beetle outsmarted the skeleton, Senor Cavalera. Oh, I hope you liked that book. I love the pictures and I like the story, and it reminds me of my friends in Mexico and other parts of the world where they use the language of Spanish. I'm glad you could be here today, and I look forward to the next time we're together. Goodbye.